Hi there. My name is Sarah Bass. I'm faculty in the Department of Social and Behavioral Sciences in the College of Public Health at Temple University. I'm also the director of the Risk Communication Laboratory, where we're using some commercial marketing techniques to understand how people make decisions about their health. In this video, I'd like to talk to you about a research study that used eye tracking as a way to understand how people with low literacy were using educational materials. It was recently published in the journal BMC, Medical Informatics and Decision Making. In this study, we were testing a literacy-appropriate decision aid designed to foster understanding about how to respond to a dirty bomb event compared to a higher literacy educational material that was produced by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Dirty bombs are explosive devices that have radioactive material that would be dispersed when exploded. While these have never been used in a terror event, there is a possibility that they could, and it's important for people to know what to do if one happened. Staying at home, or sheltering in place, is the recommended way to stay safe in a dirty bomb. But research suggests that people may not comply with these recommendations, especially if they distrust authorities or believe that needed supplies and help will not be available to them. We were interested in understanding how people who have low literacy felt, and whether we could develop materials that helped them better understand why complying with shelter-in-place directives is important. We used eye tracking, which uses a camera that follows the eye to assess how individuals view visual content by both monitoring and recording eye movements as a subject processes a stimulus in real time. This technology is commonly used in marketing research, training systems involving hand-eye coordination, academic applications, and digital design work. By tracking eye movements and recording the time spent on a passage or image, we can see if the individual is reading the text as expected, or if they are running their eyes repeatedly over the same passages, which often suggests a difficulty in processing the message. Eye movement measures can provide valuable information for the design or refinement of health communication materials, particularly when these combine language and visual information processing to enhance decision-making. For this study, eye tracking was used as an evaluation method to understand how low literacy groups may access educational material. We developed the decision aid based on formative research with people with low literacy that included focus groups, a cross-sectional survey, and the use of another commercial marketing technique called perceptual mapping, which you can learn about from another video. Based on the results, we developed the decision aid written at a 5th grade reading level. We then ran a randomized pilot test comparing the developed literacy decision aid and an existing CDC material, which was in a frequently asked questions format and was written at above an 8th grade level. These messages were presented on a computer monitor, and the eye tracking system acquired a pupil lock and recorded eye tracking of each slide. Once a participant was finished with a slide, they told the technician to advance to the next slide, where the eye tracking was again recorded. Over 6 months, a total of 50 adults, 29 in the intervention group and 21 in the control group, were tested. All participants were English-speaking and had documented low literacy. Most were between the ages of 36 and 50 and were African American. Eye tracking was analyzed by recording pupil fixations, which show how long someone looked at an area of the page, the total amount of time taken on each slide, and a qualitative scale we developed and tested for reliability that ranked on a scale of 1 to 5 how well the participant tracked the text. We compared 7 content-similar slides to control for content. The results showed clear differences between the intervention and control groups. Figure 2 shows summary slides of participant eye tracking to illustrate the differences evident in tracking patterns. The blue line indicates the actual pattern of tracking, and the green dots indicate pupil fixation. The larger the green dot, the longer the participant spent looking at the location. A better illustration of this is the videos of the tracking in real time. Here, slides on what to do about family are shown. You can see the intervention participant appears to be tracking the text as you would expect someone to read, and then also looks at all the faces in the picture. The control participant attempts to read the text and actually tries multiple times before they look away and wait. You see similar tracking in the What to Do About Food and Water videos. Other analysis indicated that the control group had significantly more pupil fixations and time spent looking at slides. In some cases, control participants had twice the number of pupil fixations compared to the intervention participants, most likely because of the density of the text. In the qualitative ratings, the intervention group was rated significantly higher in their ability to track on 4 of the 7 slides. Interestingly, we also found that those with the lowest literacy levels in the intervention group were more likely to say they were confident in knowing what a dirty bomb is and intended to shelter in place should one occur. They were also more confident in their ability to follow instructions if a dirty bomb exploded near them. Clearly, there are significant differences in gaze patterns, time spent at each fixation point, and total number of fixation points per slide between the control and intervention groups. So what can we take away from this? Those with low literacy levels can clearly benefit from having information presented in a manner that addresses their needs. This is especially important in risk communication materials that contain disaster planning. In this pilot study, it was apparent that low literacy participants were more comfortable and more receptive to the decision aid written at their literacy level. Using eye tracking was a useful method in understanding how these low literacy adults may respond and understand emergency communications, which should be used in the future to develop more accessible materials. That's it for now. If you'd like to find out more about our research, please visit our website at http://sites.temple.edu/TU-RISCOMLab/. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter at TU RISCOMLab. Thanks for watching.